How's it going? I'm Brand X motivational speaker, health and fitness coach, and I want to share a story with you before I get started in my rant of what I need to talk about. And the story I'm going to share with you is my first encounter of the power of cardio. So I had hit this moment of a slump in my life, and if you want to fill in the blank for what a slump is when you emotionally don't want to get out of bed and you're kind of in the moments where you're feeling like a failure and everything is kind of working against you and you feel like, what's the point of lifting your head from the pillow? I had reached a moment in my life where I was at that slump, and I had just finished getting into a car accident. I was in the verge of getting fired or having to quit my job. A million things were going on at the same time, and this was not too long ago, maybe about a little over 2 years ago. And in that moment, I realized I had to either go walking or Uber to the toll company, which was a couple miles away from where I was living at the time. And I decided, you know what? I got on my knees, I prayed, and I said, okay, this is a new day. It needs to be a new day, because after getting in a car accident and just feeling like a failure, and on top of that with school, I was taking 5 classes, I was taking trigonometry, physics, and you name it. So it all just started battling up on me. I decided, okay, I'm gonna go for a run. So I literally put my headphones on, I listened to my favorite motivational speaker, and I just started running, and I put on my favorite music, and I just started running. And all of a sudden, this like endorphin released of a champion, this inner champion began to unleash, and I began to understand a side of myself that I hadn't really felt in a while. Meanwhile, I get to the tow company and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna run back. And as I ran back, I ended up running past my house and just accumulated 3 miles that day. And I just felt brand new. Now, what I want to talk to you about is, when was the last time you felt brand new? My platform is specifically designed for people who are in this like mental, emotional, physical slump, and they just feel like there's nothing that they can do that will take them out of it. And I want to let you know that the number one cure to all of this is just wanting to take care of yourself once again. I don't know what has caused you to feel like you're in this slump, what has caused you to feel like you don't want to lift your head from a pillow, what has caused you to feel like life is just happening to you and you can't make life happen. But you need to get out of it. You need to break out of it. And I'm sharing this to you as vulnerability, letting you know that I've been there. But the only way I broke out of it is making a decision that I can't just sit around in bed all day. Nothing is being solved as my head is laying on my pillow. So I don't know what hurt, what pain, what trauma, what you have gone through, but lack of exercise is a major cause of chronic diseases. And one of the main chronic diseases it can cause is even depression. The lack of moving can really cause a sense of sadness over your body. There has been many medical reports that have proved it, along with other things overall. But the main thing is, are you going to let yourself just decay because of your emotional state? You have no excuse. I don't care what your excuse is. There should always be some kind of movement taking place. And unfortunately, the only time we really appreciate movement is when we can't move and we say, oh crap. When you have an injury and you realize, man, I can't walk the same, now I'm feeling it, now I understand why did I take so much advantage of that situation. But guys, it really is just a moment of a wake-up call. Are you gonna let yourself just let your life and everything just go to crap? Or are you gonna start getting up in the morning and telling yourself, like, I'm a champion, I'm a warrior, I'm a savage, I need to go out there, and it doesn't matter what happened yesterday, I'm a new person today. You need to get stronger. You need to level up every single day, because if not, this world is going to pass you. The same way the live video that I'm doing right now, 10 years ago, you couldn't even explain this. So you think that if you stay stagnant, that you don't pick up another book, you don't try to level up, you don't try to learn something new, that you're going to be able to continue to excel in life? You're wrong. You're mistaken. And you think that if you're not active and you're not taking care of your body, that your organs are going to function properly in the next 10 years? Well, look at the way you treated your body today and fast forward 10 years and ask yourself, where would you be? So if you're not really taking care of your health, you're not taking care of anything in your life, how could you expect life to take care of you? And then that comes to the real question of, why are you letting yourself just decay? And this is what my platform is all about. It's to make you feel uncomfortable about not taking care of yourself. It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable for not pushing yourself, because you're not placed in this life to take up space. That's not what this population is about. We're all here to thrive. We all have a purpose. We all have greatness within us. And the more that we understand that, when we lift our heads from our pillow, we can run and there can be a fire set up within our hearts and we can light up the world. But if we're going to sit there, we're going to be dim and we're going to be in our muck of sadness and we're just going to let ourselves decay or just use any excuse to just show up to life but never really show up and show out, then what are we doing with our lives? And this is a moment of truth, because your whole life can transform if you choose to analyze it in this perspective. Like, you have to put away the things that are keeping you down, the things that are keeping you out. And maybe it's going to cause you to have to put away some of the drinks and put away some of the pot and put away all the stuff that is keeping you back, because you need to move forward. You need to really move forward. You need to understand that there's a power deep inside of you that needs to unleash out of you before you die. If not, it's going to die with you. And so many people have hit the grave without unleashing the greatness that was within them, because they never pushed themselves to figure out just how powerful they truly are. And as long as you tune into my videos, as long as you follow me on social media, I'm going to make sure that you are unleashing the inner savage, whether you want to or not. And the only way that you won't is if you unfollow me. And I'd be glad if you unfollowed me, because I want you to feel uncomfortable. I want you to feel uncomfortable, because all I'm doing is stretching you. All I'm doing is unleashing something that is already inside of you. And if that bothers you, then there's nothing anybody can do for you until you have a moment of truth with yourself and you say, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready to unleash the best version of me. Because the year 2020 is coming. And I don't want you to go into another year feeling defeated, another year feeling like, oh, another resolution that I didn't accomplish, another thing that I couldn't push myself to. And that's why I design programs to push people, and I even give it the name, the 2020 vision, because I want you to have full, perfect vision of what you want your next year to look like, because it starts within the months before the year comes. Now, do you want to continue walking into another year defeated? Because the years go by, and the older you get, the more you realize that time just flies by. And time's just going to keep moving forward. It is not in your favor if you're headed in the wrong direction. If you are one of these people that have dealt with these emotional slumps that I'm telling you about, or you just went through it today, or you're on your pillow watching this video, I want to encourage you, do cardio. It honestly was a powerful remedy for me. And there's a lot of science behind it of what happens to the brain. Whenever you do accelerating of the heart, you actually help the chemical balance of your brain. But on top of that, you begin to understand, hey, I'm a powerful being, and I can push myself further than I believe I can. And it doesn't matter how much life tries to make me feel like a failure, I know that I'm a warrior. All right, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Take care. God bless.